Hi folks, Chef Costa here. We're in the GrillGrate kitchen and we're gonna get fired up on a plant-based sandwich using some tofu, zucchini, plant-based cheese, and some bread. And for additionally, piquillo peppers. Very simple recipe. Tofu, which is a soybean curd, is a good cook's best friend. But it will also reveal a cook that maybe underseasons food. Tofu will take on the flavor and seasoning of anything that you use, but there's a couple of simple tips that you want to do before you get venturing into the tofu area. So I've got my tofu. I'm going to slice it into, about 1/4-inch planks. And these 1/4-inch planks are nice and thin, and this will give me the opportunity to season them and let the seasoning penetrate. And I have some that have already been pre-seasoned here. I like to let my tofu pre-season at least a good 30 minutes before I use it. Gives the opportunity for the salt and the seasonings to really get into the interior of the soybean curd. I'm gonna use some Cavender's all-purpose Greek seasoning on a couple of slices, and I wanna season them pretty generously, top and bottom. And then we're going to use some of the Johnny Joseph steak rub. And I know it's not steak, but the steak rub works really well with the tofu. Oh, a little heavy. We kind of dumped it on, but that's all right because it gives me an opportunity to kind of take that and I'll flip it over. I'll let that sit. Soak up some of the extra seasoning from the cutting board. See how that looks? Oh, that's got a nice coating on there. See, that looks great. And I'll just pick up the rest here. But don't be scared to season these generously. The more seasoning you put on there, the more opportunity it takes for these things to soak right up. So I'm gonna take these two, put them aside, and I'm gonna use the ones that I've pre-seasoned. So we're gonna use some zucchini. I'm gonna grill that on the air fryer. I'm just gonna slice these kind of on an extreme angle, about 1/4-inch thick. And I think 3 slices per sandwich is going to be great. And then I've also seasoned these for the zucchini. I use the Cavender's Greek seasoning and just sprinkle that up. This you want to season, about 5-10 minutes before you get started. It will start to wilt a little bit, and that seasoning will again get in there, and you can see the difference between one that was seasoned 10 minutes ago versus one that was just freshly seasoned. You see the little glistening on there, and I want that to happen because I want that seasoning to kind of migrate into the center of the vegetable, or at least further than just skin deep. All right, so I got my slices of zucchini. Today we're going to use the PowerXL grill air fryer combo, and obviously we're using the GrillGrate. This is the Sear'NSizzle, part of our family of grates for your air fryers, and I've preheated this one to 425 degrees. It's been going for about 5 minutes now. I'm going to take a quick temperature check and see how hot it is. So we're almost at 350 degrees right now. A good temperature for us to be at. We want to do it fairly quickly. I wouldn't do anything under 350 degrees. And so I'm ready to start grilling my items for my sandwich. And for the sandwich, we're gonna just use some bread. I'm gonna spritz the outside of the bread with a little bit of olive oil. Very convenient. And while the air fryer is preheating down kind of low, I'm just gonna drop these 2 slices on the air fryer and get a little toast on them. Not looking to toast them too much. I just want to get a little bit of heat. I'm going to put the whole sandwich back into the air fryer, but I want to get a little bit of toast on before I start grilling my vegetables. All right, now we're going to go ahead and start grilling our vegetables and our tofu. So I'm going to take my slices of zucchini and I'm going to drop those right on the air fryer, straight across the grill grate. And I'm going to take 1 slice each of my pre-seasoned tofu and drop those on the air fryer. We're gonna let those go for about 3 minutes and then we're gonna flip them over. All right, it's been 3 minutes. I'm gonna flip them over onto the other side. And we'll take a look and see what kind of marks we've got on this thing. Oh, yep. Haven't really generated a ton of marks on there, though. We started right there. So the zucchini has it marked. The tofu has started to get a little bit of a grill mark on there. And we'll set it back down, and we'll go 3 more minutes on the other side. My impatience caused me to start cooking this a little early. I have turned the air fryer up and I'm preheating it. Gonna make sure that you get a good 10 minutes preheat at high temperature so that you can get those nice marks on your items. I didn't do that, so I interrupted it, and we've turned it back up. But now we're ready to go ahead, and I'm gonna pop them back on there so I can get those nice marks from the GrillGrate Sear and Sizzle. Back into and on the grill. Oh yeah, now it's making a little bit of sound. Hear that? Beautiful. And then the zucchinis and the tofu down. At this point, with the grill properly preheated, should only take about 2.5 to 3 minutes each side. All right, so we've been 2 minutes in on the grill. Oh yeah, and flip these over. And actually my zucchini, it's ready to come off. So I'm gonna take the zucchini off, and I'm gonna let the tofu flipped over go for another 2 minutes. While that's going, I'm gonna go ahead and start to assemble my sandwich. So I'm gonna take a couple pieces of the plant-based provolone cheese, and I'll put one on one side and one on the other. I'm gonna take my zucchini. I'm gonna lay the zucchini down, and then I'm gonna take a piquillo pepper, and these were just in a jar. They're fire roasted piquillo peppers. You could just use roasted red peppers. I'm gonna open it up and cut it at one side. And this is gonna be beautiful. All right. Now I'm gonna put the piquillo pepper on one side of the sandwich, the zucchini on the other side of the sandwich, and in a minute I'll pull the tofu out and we'll put the tofu on there. All right, it's been a minute. Time for us to pull the tofu out. And I'm gonna drop those slices right on there. I'm going to assemble the sandwich and put the sandwich back on the grill. We're gonna let this go on the grill for 3 minutes on one side, flip it over, and go another minute, 2 minutes to give some marks on the second side. All right, it's been 3 minutes on the first side, so I'm ready to flip my sandwich over. Oh, that's well toasted. Not gonna need a whole lot of time on the other side. Look at that. Beautiful. And we're just gonna go for another minute on the other side, just so I can get a little bit of a mark. Finish melting the cheese, making sure that the piquillo peppers are well heated. So I went ahead and pulled the plate down. It's been a minute. I'm gonna open up. Oh yes, that's what I was looking for. So there's the sandwich. Got some nice grill marks on there. Give it a little slice. And there you go. Plant-based grilled tofu and vegetable sandwich with some plant-based provolone cheese, ready to eat. And I tell you what, I'm kind of hungry.